Hey guys, it's Heart, and unfortunately my camera is still broken. I don't know what's wrong with it. I just ordered a new battery for it, so hopefully that resolves the issue, but I don't know. I'm really concerned because I don't want to buy a new camera because they're really expensive, and I really liked the one I had, so I'd probably buy something very similar, and that makes me mad. So anyways, today I'm going to be reacting to your assumptions about Agndm. Now, I just restarted it. Cycle 7 is happening now. This Sunday will be the first week, officially. And I thought that I would just answer some assumptions since it's been a while since I've even talked about Agndm. I was putting it off for a while because I didn't really want to talk about it because Cycle 6 was really hard for me. So I'm going to talk about it today. I asked on my Agndm Instagram story for you to send in some assumptions about Agndm, and I have a few here, and I'm going to answer them as honest and thoroughly as I can. So let's get started. The first assumption is Agndm is very hard to judge. This could not be more true. I swear it is the worst part of running Agndm is judging, which I know is kind of the whole point of it. Like, I'm running it because I'm judging, but it's fine. Really, it's just, I really hate hurting people's feelings, and even if I'm like really nice about the feedback I give, it's really easy to still get offended and kind of like feel down about it, and I totally get that because I probably would too. But it's hard to judge, but it's also very fun, and I have a good time looking at all the photos. Obviously, that's my favorite part about Agndm is seeing the creativity in the photos that come out of the competition. So yes, it's very hard to judge. Good assumption. The next assumption is you really like creative photos. Yes, I would take creativity over technicality any day. I really think that both are detrimental to having a great photo, but I think that creativity can kind of trump that because you can have a great technical photo, but if it's not interesting and if I don't want to look at it, I'd rather see something that's so creative and fun and out of the box. I think that just shows so much more talent, I guess. Like, I don't know, but yes, creativity is really the number one thing I look for, especially in auditions. Like, if I see somebody who made like a whole set and has props and their doll looks like they're actually doing something, I really think that that's way cooler than like a portrait photo. Obviously, portraits are great in certain circumstances, but I think that you're trying to stand out from a really big group of people, so for auditions especially, creativity is very important. In terms of in the competition, it's also very, very, very important, but it can come down to two contestants being equally as creative as each other, but I have to decide based on their technical abilities. So, moral of the story, yes, I really do like creative photos. The next assumption is you like really edited photos. I haven't noticed this as a trend within my judging that I like edited photos more than less edited, but I do think that knowing how to really enhance your photo through editing is a very powerful tool, and I think that everyone should know how to do it. Obviously, it's great if you can have a raw photo and have it be amazing and you can like just send it right in to me, but I do think that like just adjusting the tiniest things like highlights, shadows, exposure, all those little things can make worlds difference in your photo. So I think that editing is very important. I do really appreciate it when people are like, this is my first time editing, I hope you like it, because it shows that they're very devoted to their craft and they want to make it better than it already is. So I do like edited photos, but I don't think that I favor them over less heavily edited photos. The next assumption is you hate eliminating people. This is very, very true. I have the hardest time eliminating people, especially if I like have gotten to know them, which is through the group chats, so this year probably more ruthless. Kidding, I won't be. I'll still feel really bad. Yeah, I don't like eliminating people. I don't think anyone with a heart would. It's obviously, if I was in the competition, I'd obviously be very sad to be eliminated, but I do like to give like a little spiel, like you're still amazing. Just because you got eliminated doesn't mean anything. Just the fact that you made it into the competition is a huge accomplishment in itself. So yes, I do hate eliminating people, but I just think it's part of the competition. I've also gotten a lot of questions about why don't you just run Agndm, like everyone stays in for the whole cycle and then at the end you like count up the points they get. And the reason for that is it's a great idea and it's great for like whoever wants to run that, 100% do it. But for me personally, I based Agndm off of America's Next Top Model, and the way that they do it is they have kind of like themes every week, and then they get eliminated one by one until there's two final people, and then winner is crowned. So I based my competition off of that, and I really want to stick to that because otherwise I wouldn't call it Agndm if it wasn't based off of America's Next Top Model. So rating and ranking the photos is similar to ANTM, so that's where it came from. In case you don't know, a lot of people are younger and might not know the origin of Agndm, and it's America's Next Top Model, which is obviously a modeling show. That kind of got off topic, but it's fine. The next assumption is it's much harder to get in than you think. Honestly, I do realize that I think a lot of people think that it's hard to get in, and it is. Obviously, it depends on how many submissions I get. This last cycle, I got 230 submissions, which is not that much compared to like cycles 1 through 3. Think got like 600. Like I remember one cycle at least getting about 500 or 600 entries, which is crazy. Obviously, yes, it's hard to get in because there's 12 people, and 12 out of 230 is like, what, 5%? Quick math. I'm going to fact check myself right now. Was I right? I don't know. Anyways, it's hard to get in, but I think that standing out is the best thing you can do for yourself by being creative and also having good technical aspects, but really the creativity is the number one thing I look for. The next assumption is Agndm is toxic when you're in the competition. I think at certain cycles this was definitely the case. Like last cycle was 100% toxic, even for me who was running it and not actually in the competition. I think that every other cycle was pretty manageable. There are obviously a few clashing personalities and obviously disagreements, but I think overall Agndm is a pretty good competition. People are civil for the most part and have good sportsmanship. Like I said, obviously there are very like specific cases where that's not the case, but I do think it was toxic last cycle. At least for me, I was very mentally like stressed, and I was very anxious the whole cycle because I hated eliminating people and I was afraid they would get mad at me, and then there was just drama within it. And yeah, so I guess in some cases yes, but I try to make it as much of a safe atmosphere as possible. So the last like 4 minutes of me talking, my microphone cut out, so I'm going to be redoing this, just pretend that the camera angle didn't change and it's not darker already. The next question is, you like unique dolls in your competition? So personally, I haven't noticed myself having a bias at all towards unique dolls. I think that obviously the photo and the composition is way more important than what your doll looks like. I have never chosen a doll to be in the competition just because I think she's pretty. She or he. Yeah, I don't think that I have a particular bias towards unique dolls. The next assumption is you secretly choose your friends for Agndm and it's rigged. This is very false. I don't look at usernames when I am looking through photos. If your talent is great, it's going to show through your photo. I don't need you to be my friend for me to put you in the competition. I have turned down my friends from the competition before. You can literally ask them. Like, yes, I had Teddy in my competition and we were friends, but it wasn't rigged. I didn't pick her because she's my friend. She's just a very talented photographer, and her photo deserved to be in the competition. And for me to not choose her would also be rigged because I didn't want to face backlash. Like, there's no way I could win with that situation. So I just, I knew she deserved to be in the competition, so I put her in the competition and I got backlash for it still. But I would have gotten backlash even if I didn't let her in the competition, and I really do think she deserved to be in it, so case closed. The last assumption is you love and hate Agndm at the same time. So obviously I love Agndm. Obviously it's like my baby. I created it. I'm the judge. And it's really fun to run, and I love seeing all the creative photos every week. But at the same time, it is very exhausting mentally because it's draining, first of all, to have to record and write critiques for each photo every week. And when I tell you I'm writing critiques, I'm writing like 1 to 2 paragraphs per photo to write down and say what I want to say in the video. So that's a lot of work in itself. And eliminating people, it makes me really sad, and I face a lot of backlash from my judging style. And just in general, like, obviously not everyone's going to agree with me, I said this, but I obviously love it more than I hate it. I don't hate it at all, but I think just at times it's a little bit too much for me, and it's a little bit exhausting. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you got some new insight to Agndm, and I hope you enjoyed it. Also, I noticed that 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to me. I swear I've been losing so many subscribers lately, so if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed, please just hit the button. It really helps me. And just like, you know, if you're watching and enjoying my videos, why don't you, so you can see other ones. I make a lot of content like this, and you can even leave a comment down below with what you want me to make, and I'll make it for you if you subscribe. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.